mentioned in part 1, Instagram has all the messaging facilities of WhatsApp, Telegram, text message, whatever. There are no disadvantages to messaging her through this app, okay? But in this section, we're gonna explain the small tricks you can do to inspire her to message you first. Here's the thing, women don't really like to make the first move unless they're really into a guy. It's just not in their nature. But with Instagram, there are a lot of tools we can use to bait her into messaging us first, even if she would never do that with just our phone number. So I'm going to show you 5 small tricks that you can do to inspire the woman to message you first. If you can use these tips properly and create an attractive Instagram profile, which I'm going to show you how to do, you can turn girls who you met for just 2 minutes and would definitely have flaked you with just your phone number because they didn't know you well enough, into girls who are actively chasing you and trying to get you to ask them out. But for any of this to work, she has to be following you. If she's not following you, you can still message her, but your message is gonna end up in what I call the chode inbox. Okay, she won't get a notification, and your messages are gonna get drowned out by all the other random idiots who are already trying to slide into her DMs. If she's reasonably attractive, there are a lot of people trying to do that. So the first 2 tips are surrounding how to make sure she does follow you. First tip is, when you're out there meeting her, whether it's on the street or in the club, wherever, and you decide you should swap Instagram, you say, hey listen, let me put my username into your phone because I don't have data at the moment. Just do it real assertive like, and that'll be no problem. You put your username in, you click follow, and then you'll get a notification on your phone to say that she's following you, and then you can follow her back later. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. I do it all the time. Tip 2 is to take Instagram stories when you're out meeting girls. Take stories together. All these other girls you've met, they're going to see you hanging out with beautiful girls and having fun. That's going to make you look really cool and then therefore more attractive in their eyes. It's going to do that. But also, if you are able to tag the girls in these stories, they're going to get a notification on their phone, whether they're following you or not. Now, who can resist to check out that notification? Oh, there's a video of me somewhere on the internet that I've been tagged in. No matter who she is, she's going to find it difficult to resist looking at that. If you did a great job of taking a fun story with her, probably she's going to check out your other stories you filmed that night. Probably she's then going to go check out your profile. If it's a great profile, she's probably going to follow, okay? Even if you only met her for 2 minutes, suddenly she's intrigued in you. Just whip out your phone, start talking sing the song that's in the club, start telling some story about your day. Probably she'll just get involved and try to make it more fun herself. You've probably heard us recommending to use callback humor when messaging a girl, because that kind of like takes her back to the emotional state of fun and just remembering how cool and excited she was to meet, how cool you are and how excited she was to meet you. Alright? But if you're tagging girls in Instagram stories, you literally are taking her back in time to that moment when she met you and she was having so much fun. Okay? So this is like callback humor 4D. Third tip is to just be making stories all the time. Whatever you're doing. Aim for maybe 5 to 10 stories a day. Here's the reason why. Like I said, girls don't really like to make the first move, but a lot of them will be a lot more comfortable like typing haha to your story or sending like an emoji to your story. Okay? That's their bold move that they're comfortable to make. Alright? So by posting stories all the time, you're kind of like extending that olive branch and giving them an opportunity to like make that big move in replying to your story. Okay? And it doesn't need to be, I mean, you don't need to be out doing something amazingly interesting all the time. You can just share your like opinion about something into the camera. If you can talk confidently and charismatically, that can be really good, especially if it's something that the girl is maybe interested in sharing her opinion on that same topic. All right. Just hanging out with your friends, again, as long as you're having a good time, you're showing that you're a social guy, that's great. If you're passionate about your work, show people what you're doing at your work. All right. And if all else fails, just post memes. For sure, if you want inspiration, take a look at Kieran's Instagram, at Kieran Callum. I don't know what he's doing recently, but before lockdown, he would just be posting photos of him in the gym and in the sauna, and then maybe like sharing his like passion, which is obviously coaching people, and also just giving information and advice to people. That's really, really good as well. If you have an area of expertise that like a wide audience would be interested in, definitely share that, because that shows a lot of attractive qualities. It shows intelligence, it shows like leadership skills, it shows you as some sort of like thought leader, all really, really good stuff. By not posting a story at all, you're not giving the girl an opportunity to message you first. So you might as well just do it. You've got nothing to lose. You really don't. Final 2 tips, how to make it even more enticing, I guess, for girls to make the first move. First tip is to use the question feature in Instagram stories. All right, I'm showing you how to do it right now. You can just type a question and then your followers answer. All right, this kind of makes it easier for a girl to respond to you if she wants to. All right, now we say texting a question to a girl is bad because it makes her like reach into her girly brain and have to think of something to make the conversation interesting. This isn't as bad because you're not literally reaching out to her. You're just putting the question out there into the world of Instagram, and then she can answer if she wants. And then the 5th tip is to use the poll feature. All right, even easier for girls to respond. Like maybe she doesn't know you well enough to like reply to your story, but even then, like girls will still respond to like a simple yes/no poll. You see this one here? Were you born in Jakarta? Yes, no. Now here's your strategy. All the hot girls that reply to your poll, you're going to message them and you're going to say something that lets them know you were surprised about their answer. Okay? Oftentimes this is just going to build up a lot of intrigue in their minds. They're going to want to know why you assumed she would be the other thing. Why did you think I'd be the other thing? Another example, which all of you guys can use. Are you going outside yet? Obviously it depends like what situation your city is in as far as like the lockdown and the quarantine. I use this. All the girls that said yes, these are the girls that I want to be messaging right now, yeah? So I replied to all of them saying, I'm surprised you answered yes. And they're like, oh, why? Why are you surprised? Because I was getting introvert vibes. If you accuse an extroverted girl of being introverted, she's going to start qualifying herself to you, as you can see here. Actually, I'm really fun and adventurous. Blah, 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 blah. How is she going to prove to you that she's fun and adventurous? Or she's going to come and meet you on a date.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
You're going to miss me.
I'm gonna miss you.
What are you going to miss about me?
Your smile? Oh, you're a model? No. No, actually.
So superficial. She only wants me for my looks.